भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगीराम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया
योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार
योगीनाथ कुमार जय गुरु राया योगीनाथ कुमार योगीनाथ कुमार योगीनाथ कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 योगीनाथ कुमार योगीनाथ कुमार योगीनाथ कुमार जय गुरु राया योगीनाथ कुमार योगीनाथ कुमार योगीनाथ कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 योगीनाथ कुमार योगीनाथ कुमार योगीनाथ कुमार जय गुरु राया योगीनाथ कुमार योगीनाथ कुमार योगीनाथ कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 योगीनाथ कुमार योगीनाथ कुमार योगीनाथ कुमार जय गुरु राया योगीराम सुरकुमार योगीराम सुरकुमार योगीराम सुरकुमार जय गुरु राया योगीराम सुरकुमार योगीराम सुरकुमार योगीराम सुरकुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 राम
योगी योगीराम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया राम Rama Rama Ram Rama 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 Ram
Rama 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 Rama
Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Jai Guru Raya Guru Raya. Yoginatha Ratma, Yoginatha Ratma, Yoginatha Ratma, Jai Guru Raya. Yoginatha Ratma, Yoginatha Ratma, Jai Guru Raya. Rama 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 भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु। Gratefully, we have offered the Nama lotuses at the lotus feet of Bhagavan in celebration of His grace, which is ever flowing from the Murti in our front. It's been going on every day, day after day after day, which is not possible unless the grace works. It's a great fortune for all of us. We may not realize it now, but we will know later on what fortune it is. We have been going through the Leela demonstrations, one after the other, where we see how their situation is before chanting the name and how it is after. Now here is one more story which happened very recently, probably 2 months back. There's a place called Tirupur, everybody knows that, and there's a village, Perumalvattam, near that. A family used to come very often, all devoted to our Bhagavan. Rani Vidivel is one such person who would come very enthusiastically, and she would be full of laughter, cutting jokes with me and talking about this and that. And one day, 2 months before, when she had come here, she gave 1,000 rupees as donation, and with tears. I asked her what happened. Why do you give so much money? You need it yourself. There is no need. Bhagavan wouldn't want it from you when you have need for it yourself. She said, no, Ma. It is something we have to offer to Bhagavan. And then she told me the story. She said, it's a village, a typical village, with people having cattle and grazing them often. And it is one of their wealths. Now, a very beautiful goat of hers became pregnant, and at the time of delivery, something happened and the baby goat died inside the mother. Now once it is dead, if it stays longer, it becomes poison. So now the whole night the goat was crying out loud, was writhing in pain, trying to push this little one out. The whole night it was screaming in its own way and wriggling and writhing in pain. And just watching that, horrified, Rani was also very upset, and she was also crying out. All the time hoping and hoping that the baby goat would come out. But then it just was not happening. She didn't know what to do. the whole night. In the meantime, all the fellow villagers, the neighbors, they began to say, what is this? The mother goat is not able to bring it out, which means a certain death for the mother as well. Soon your goat will be dead. What a prediction. But this is how people would behave at times like this when we most need their help and their words of support. Now, Rani began to feel even worse. She just didn't know what to do. It was nearing 5 o'clock now. The whole night passed. In whining, in mincing, in writhing, in pain. She was also crying, and hoping against hope. And then suddenly it struck her. She remembered that in one of the satsangs we shared an experience of how a Malaysian had kept the chanting, the morning chanting, near his dying dog. The dog which was with him for 10 years like a son. And then it was dying. He was unable to bear it. In any case, he thought, okay, the Nama would help in some way or the other. So he kept it near for half an hour. Of course, there was no effect at all. There was no visible effect. And then the next day again morning, when we were singing here, the live chanting, he kept near the ear of the dying dog for another half an hour, saying, at least you hear, let this Nama go inside. And then after half an hour, he took it off, and still there was no movement at all in the dog. But then, after a few hours, there was a small movement, the twitching of the muscle here and there, and then suddenly the dog sat up. And then it tried to stand. And then it began to move, somewhat staggering, and yet it was a definite attempt at moving. The next day, it started to run like before. She went through the whole story in her mind, and then the hope dawned. And then she thought only the chanting must be kept near the goat. And then she suddenly remembered the previous time she had come here on Guru Purnima day, the trustees, we were all doing the Pada Puja to Bhagwan, and we were singing all the time, singing the name, and she had videoed it. And suddenly she remembered she had this in her possession. She ran inside and brought this phone, switched it on, and kept it near the goat. And the wonder of wonders, surprise of surprises, suddenly the whole thing, the little goat that was dead, came out in one stretch. To everybody's wonder and delight. But then, again, all that accompanies that, the birth of a baby or the birth of a baby goat, was still inside, and it would be poisoned too if it stays longer. So all that unwanted stuff must come out too. And again, she was praying and continued to keep it. What was more, all the villagers, the neighbors had gathered, who were saying all the time that the little goat is dead inside and therefore the mother goat would also die. They wouldn't be able to bring out. this little goat. Now they saw what was happening. And then for their share, they said, look, the baby goat has come down. But what about the other stuff? If that stuff doesn't come out, it would still be dead. The mother would be dead and gone. Just see the way people talk. When we most need their support. This was their time to enjoy their supremacy. But then Rani once again kept it near, all the time praying to Bhagavan. The Nama was going on. And in one stretch, the whole unwanted stuff also came out. Within a few seconds. Now you can imagine the expression on the faces of the neighbors. Rani was saying that before she remembered the name, it was hell that she went through. It was hell for her goat, and it was hell for her also, the whole night. And then when she remembered the name and kept it near the goat, the situation completely reversed. All those people were saying that both the mother and the little one would die. Now to their astonishment, the mother goat became safe and the little goat came out with all that unwanted stuff. And everything cleared out. Rani was ecstatic. So she gained a victory over the neighbors. And not only that, the mother goat became healthy, normal once again. And then she rushed immediately to this place. She said, Ma, I owe this, no matter how our finances are, I owe this to Bhagavan. And then she kept it at Bhagavan's feet and then took it to the office. So you see how each one experiences the glory of the name. See the situation that was before the Nama and what it became after the Nama. It makes a world of difference. So let us remember again and again and again the glory of the name. And it is not just for miracles alone. All these miracles would lead to the ultimate miracle of transformation. And the transformation is the highest miracle. And that would unite us with God once again, with our Bhagavan. And so, for this, all these miracles are necessary. We shall now offer our today's prayer at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. Bhagavan, again and again we beg you for your immediate divine intervention to bring forth a dharmic normalcy to the world in all aspects of life. Where there is violence now, there should be peace and friendliness. Where there is disorder now, there should be order and harmony. Where there is chaos now, there should be discipline. And above all, there must be mutual goodwill and help. Now today the war is going on and there's growing enmity between groups and groups, countries and countries. And above all, the furies of nature, the violence of nature. So Bhagavan, only you can bring them all under control and establish once again this peace and unity on this earth. We also beg you to uproot all the negativities of the human mind which are responsible for today's world, We beg you again to reach out to all those people who have been stranded here and there, the whole world, unable to help themselves or protect. We beg you again and again and again to do the needful for all of them. We also beg you to help and protect all those unselfish people who have been rendering service for the sake of the other people from aspersion and criticism. We beg you again for a boost to our economy and your support, the support of grace for all the steps taken towards its ultimate health, the health of economy. And Bhagavan, we beg you, we pray to you again and again in all earnestness and sincerity for unbroken remembrance of your Leelas and ceaseless chanting of your name, your powerful name. We also beg you to bless us to be sattvic instruments in your hands and run our everyday life as an offering to you. We seek your blessings for not to be caught by the temptations of Maya. We also seek that ultimate state of bliss which is independent of anyone or anything. But then we need to take refuge in ceaseless chanting of your name and doing the seva with joy, considering it as fortune, and that without any jealousy or enmity, in the spirit of surrender to you. And then again the practice of acceptance of whatever life brings to us, be it a joy or sorrow, as a definite blessing from God, a blessing in disguise. Then we would be able to detect your living, vibrant presence everywhere in everything. And also we would be able to know your will behind all the happenings of life. And Bhagavan, more importantly, please bless us to see that hidden grace of yours even in the worst disastrous sufferings of life. We have invited the sufferings ourselves, but then we tend to blame others for it. And then we also say that you have ruthlessly singled us out for this horrid suffering, which is not true. It is we who ourselves invited them, and you, by your grace and compassion, would make it a blessing by pulling us towards you again and converting these difficulties into blessings. We beg you to give us that blessing which would make us grateful to you all the time, even for the adversities of life. Bhagavan, we beg your grace for all the species of the cosmos, in whatever state of misery they are, to be lifted to a higher plane. And finally, we seek that liberation, that freedom from the vicious cycle of births and deaths, from the vicious ego, I and mine, so that we would be blessed with eternal living and eternal servitude to you, the eternal supreme power. Jai Viram Shiv Kumar.